I think we'll start it a couple minutes early. I think that's fine. I don't think that's the end of the world. Hello. What day is it? February 25th. Almost the end of February. Kind of going fast. How is everyone doing? I don't think I still haven't figured out streaming. I kind of have, but I haven't fully. I don't think. But I don't have a ton of plans for today. I kind of was just going into this thinking, okay, well, maybe we can talk for a little bit. Maybe just like talk about Stray Kids or ENHYPEN or just K-pop in general, or maybe not even K-pop. I have no idea. I usually try to go into these with a little bit of a plan, but I don't have a huge plan, so we'll see how this goes. What I've been doing lately is I've been working on the next ENHYPEN video. So basically what I do is I'm planning on going back and forth where I make 2 Stray Kids videos and then I make 2 ENHYPEN videos. So now we're beginning those 2 ENHYPEN videos where I can even switch this over now. Switch there. If we look at this, we just came off of, there was 2 Stray Kids videos and then, well, 1, 2, we'll call it that. And then ENHYPEN, there was another ENHYPEN video here, but I ended up taking it down because I have a better one coming out this Saturday. So that'll replace that. And then, of course, now we have these 2 Stray Kids videos. And then next week, ENHYPEN video. Week after that, maybe 2 weeks after that, hopefully 1 week after, will be that next ENHYPEN video. So that's what you can expect. That's what I've been working on. Ooh, should I show you this? I might. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll show a little bit. I'll show a little bit. Maybe not entirely, but I have... The video for this Saturday is done. It is done. It is completely done. Unless I decide I want to change something, which I probably won't. I usually am pretty good at keeping it as is. Here it is. It's looking at ENHYPEN's like vampire lore type of thing. It started as being just a video focused on their lore stuff, so like the albums and just kind of talking about their lore in general, specifically from Border Day 1 up to Dimension Answer. But the video kind of sucked, so I ended up not doing it like that. I kind of dropped that lore type of thing. Hi, how's it going? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I'm going to say it wrong. Habiba? I think I said that right. Maybe. I'm not super great with names. Not my specialty. But basically, what I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily see, at least I didn't see, is that there's something more to their vampires sort of thing where it's actually representing something. Hence the thumbnail here, vampire equals idol. It's going to be very low quality, but you get the point. Basically, kind of just looking at that, that's what that video will be. It's a little under 17 minutes long. I would have liked it to be a little bit longer, but I ended up cutting a couple of things out, so that kind of cut down on the time. But this will be going out this Saturday at 9:30. Hi, Leia. You're not interrupting. You're good. That will be going out. There's the thumbnail. I like the thumbnail. I think it looks nice, but I could be crazy. It probably will switch at some point. Ooh, here, I'll show you guys something. I'll show you guys something extra. I'll show you. Oh, it's on a different thing. Hold on. I might accidentally leak something weird. So we'll see. No, I did not. We are totally fine. I did not leak anything. I was trying to figure out the thumbnail for a while, and I went through a lot of renditions. I just wanted to let you know that I have learned so much about Stray Kids from your videos. Thank you for all the research you do. It makes it easier on us. You're welcome, Cecilia. Glad it could help. I always like making those videos. It's fun to contribute something that at least I consider to be meaningful to the community. I think that's always fun to do. So this is one of the original thumbnails that I had. I can stretch this out quick. Hey Manuela. So it's obviously like, it's like overlaid weird, but it's got this like different parallel thing. That was kind of the idea, similar to this one, but I don't know, it didn't work. I had a bunch of little images I was trying to make work with this, but it just didn't work. It wasn't quite what I wanted. Ooh, I like this though. Oh my gosh. I did quite like this. I pulled up Okay, go back. There we go. I grabbed this image. There's nowhere I could use it. I couldn't use it anywhere. But what am I looking for? Here it is. Hide these. Basically, I kind of just took these images and they're different colors, but I just spliced them together and I think it looks really nice, but there's no reason I would ever use it. It doesn't help me at all. So, unfortunately, that will never see anything. I think this thumbnail is much better. I've got different texts I might try, though I think this current one is the best. Bring this over quick in case I leak something weird, which I can't imagine I would, but I don't know. Maybe I leak some random password I have saved that I probably shouldn't be showing. Thumbnails. Oh, I could probably show this. I've got a ton of like little folders and things for all this. So this video is called Idle Vampires. And I've got a bunch of these. I'll show you them all, why not? Oh, they popped over here. So I've got one where obviously they don't have the fangs. The fangs are edited in. But I was like, okay, well maybe the fangs would work better. So, I don't know why he's on the side there. That's weird. But No Way Back obviously ties into the song. I think it ties into the video as well. No Longer Human, very, very similar. It's all just like little minor things. There's this one, Vampire equals Idle. And then I tried different fangs. I like the fangs here better. These are, they don't look good. I'm not good with Photoshop. I will tell you that. I do not know how to Photoshop at all. I can make decent thumbnails, but I can't Photoshop at all. Not my specialty. Not at all. So that's what's coming this Saturday. As for the week after that, I was working on that idea quite a lot today because I just recently finished this Saturday's video, so trying to get that next video going. But I don't know. I'm undecided what it will be. My main idea right now is kind of taking this sort of concept, but doing it doing it for ENHYPEN, but not exactly is the thing, because I don't think ENHYPEN changed K-pop forever. I think it should still be its own video. It shouldn't just be a rehash of that. So my current idea, I don't know if it'll stay that for the entire time, but it's like ENHYPEN were very young when they debuted. Nicki was 14, so it's like I don't have a. Hold on, I do have some titles. Can I show these? I don't like showing things that I don't know for sure are going to be official. Like if I show something and I don't know if it's going to actually happen, I don't want to promise something. I think I'll show this. This is fine. And it just went huge. Whatever. So here are the current title ideas I have. ENHYPEN sold their childhood for success. ENHYPEN gave their childhood for success. ENHYPEN gave up their childhood. Here's how. It's like that kind of concept. That's my thought. I'm now going through your ENHYPEN videos. I'm really starting to appreciate them more. Strike is it for me, but it is so nice to learn about other K-pop groups, all good in their own way, for sure. It's always fun. I feel like the more I get to know groups, the more I actually like them, and I feel like that goes for a lot of artists as well. Just the more you know about them, the more they're interesting. More interesting they are. Oh, I can keep this over here, but I can close this. So that is the current concept. I don't think it'll stay. It'll probably change in the future what I'm doing with it. That I'm kind of rambling now, gonna be honest. I did try and come up with some notes for what we could do. Oh, one thing here, let's talk about some things I'd like to do with videos. One thing I want to try in the future is I think it'd be really interesting. Right now, the thumbnails I use, they're all obviously these like edited pictures of them. Like, I mean, this one I always go back to. It's like none of this is entirely real in a way, where the background I photoshopped in, that's a different background from what was originally on here. And then this is a different image from that background. So it's like very doctored, but it conveys the correct emotion for the video, I was thinking. Then obviously these ones are very spliced together. Oh, and I clicked it. Stop. Go back. But anyways, it's all like spliced together pictures. And what I wonder about, I would love to see or test how like a drawn image thumbnail would do. Something like, oh, I don't need to bring the whole thing over yet. Something like these. These are some I like put into a little folder or whatever. But these sort of concepts where it's like a drawn thumbnail, but it has to look close enough to them that it's like, oh, that's Lino. You can recognize it immediately. My thought is, if it's a drawn thumbnail, it doesn't have to necessarily exist. Like, for example, this most recent, or the upcoming video here, there isn't an existing picture of Sunu staring into the camera with his fangs out. That just doesn't exist, unfortunately. At least I couldn't find it. Because ENHYPEN's like vampire stuff is very like discreet almost, where they don't use fangs very much. I think it's really just during Give and Taken that Jungwon shows some fangs. So that was a shame. Though, what was interesting is I knew of images that could work, but because I can't draw and I can't edit it very well, I can't use it. Like, for example, I think back to a Hyunjin picture where in 2024 for 8 there was this thumbnail or this image that was released, and I think it'd be perfect for it, where it's almost like he's got his finger in his mouth yanking it out kind of like this, and then he's got like the fang poking out. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd work really well. So like if it was a drawn thumbnail, that could be done a lot easier, but not so much with a photoshopped thing. I can't do that. So I think it'd be interesting to try that at some point in the future. I don't know how well it'd do. It might work, it might not, so that'd be something to test. I certainly can't draw, so hard to say. Hard to say if I'd ever try it. I need to hire someone for that. What else? What else? I had a list, but I lost it. Here it is. Ooh, I also want to be doing like more like longer type videos, but like where they have stronger story structures to them in a way, where I almost compare it to being like episode type videos. Ooh, hold on. I'm saying where a lot. I'm going to switch this back. Hello. The chat is working, I think. I think it's working for once, so that's good. Sometimes it does not work, and I changed it today, so good to see it still works. Basically, my thought is we have this 26-minute video, 21, 24. I've been trying to make my videos longer, and I think if I don't know, it's hard because YouTube is much different, very different from a TV show. People just watch it very differently. They don't have as much like commitment to videos, so it's like, would it work, would it not? I don't know. I'd like to experiment with longer videos, keep that going, not like 55 minutes long. I think good area I'm considering is like 18 to 23. The first time I watched your video was the creative of the picture and the title. I'm not sure a drawing would work. Most people would go for what seems real, less AI looking. I honestly don't know if that entirely is the case, because I've certainly seen a lot of videos come across my screen that have AI thumbnails or have AI voices, and a lot of people don't seem to care as much. So it's hard to say for sure if they'd be deterred by a drawing. I can't say for sure. That's again why it'd be interesting to test it. I can't say for sure as it is, because I don't have any data to back it on. I've certainly never seen anyone using drawn thumbnails for K-pop videos, but maybe it'd work, maybe it wouldn't. I have no idea. What was I doing? So, I was thinking we could talk about my scrapped videos. I also, back in July, I think it was July. Yeah, July, because I remember I was making a video that would be like, not like a theory, but more like an idea of what Stray Kids solo projects would be like. And did I delete it? No. Okay. I thought I deleted it. Basically, the video is going to look at the concepts of each member, what I thought their solos could be like. But then Stray Kids started announcing their Karma album, and I ended up switching to that. I don't know, the Stray Kids solo video was never very interesting. I think you should try it. Drawing may work. Yeah, it might work. I don't know. I don't know how. Thing is, I don't know who I would hire because I don't know any artists, and I don't know how much you're supposed to pay per thumbnail. I don't know what the average is. So it's like, doesn't make sense because I don't make a ton of money off these videos. Is it worthwhile? Does it make sense to try and upgrade to that kind of thing? Because, like, I don't know, the thumbnails I make, they take, it depends. I go through a lot of concepts and different styles to get to it. Anyways, let's take a look at some of these. I haven't really looked at these in months. This is Bang Chan's. I thought his would be kind of like a darker, like a city sort of style. We probably won't dwell on this super long, but this was kind of the, like, mood board type of thing I came up with. I was going to show images for it. Lino's is very heavily inspired by youth, of course, so I thought, like, I don't know, use poppy colors, and then he's also got like a darker tone to him, kind of like Limbo type of thing. And then Chongbin's was kind of interesting because Chongbin has very different styles to him, and my thought was, what if he had like a flamey fire type of vibe to it, almost like Ultra was, but he's also got a very bright, flowery, colory side, and he kind of uses that as, like, I think this is an AI image, but this sort of like double balance type of thing, where one side is this dark, fiery type of thing, and the other is this bright, cheery side. I don't know. I thought it could work for him, at least. Hyunjin was very artsy. That's what I came up with him, like an artsy type of style. Definitely these kind of pictures where he has this, like, almost looks like a painting type of thing. I think that would make sense. And then Han was very similar to Chongbin, but a little bit darker, like a very rock, but like a Japanese rock type of thing, almost, where it's this purple and the blue. I don't know. I actually have not seen these in a while, so I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I had an image in my mind back when I put these together, but I don't anymore. Felix, I was thinking, I was looking at Unfair, and I was like, ooh, he might do like a abandoned type of thing. That could be interesting. Where's these woods or the castles? I don't know. I was just kind of throwing things together. This is why this video never got made, because I had no idea what I was doing with it. Favorite Skiz song? Oh, I can never answer which one's my favorite, but as for the most played, I'm pretty sure the most played one is I Like It, which, I don't know. Do with that information what you will. I think it's a poppy, fun song. So, yeah. Hyunjin does paint very well. I agree. Sungmin, I was doing like this nostalgic type of style, where it's very like sun coming through the trees, got Polaroids, in the cities, up on the rooftops, that sort of thing. Thought that could maybe work. I was thinking of As We Are. The main thing I was trying to do is, like, what have we seen already for what they've done? What could be logical for them to go to next? Because we've seen Sungmin's style. It wouldn't make sense for me to be like, oh, next time he's going to do this like super dark and rock heavy rap almost type of thing. I mean, he might, but we don't have any evidence that could happen. So it's like looking at what we've seen them do that they could maybe do again. And it's hard to be like showing that because it's like, I don't know. We just don't have a ton of evidence leading to that. I was thinking like a golden hour type of thing for Ian. That was the concept, at least. I don't know. That's all of them. Never got made. Well, I wrote the script. I think I got through 6 members, but then I switched and never came back to it because it was never that interesting to begin with. Another video I scrapped. I might even be able to find this script. I really want a Han and Seungmin song. They sound so good together. Do they have one? Oh no, they don't. That's weird. I feel like they would have one already. Maybe they've written one, but they haven't released it. Stray Kids Evo. So back in 2024, I thought of making a evolution of Stray Kids. This is not the right one. This is the old script. Whoa. I used to write my scripts so weirdly, or at least like format them so interestingly. This is the very first long form video I've released. I've got some weird text up here, I guess. Over the past 7 years, Stray Kids has made one of the biggest names for themselves in K-pop. It's like I indented every paragraph and then left room. I don't know. It's kind of goofy. I also numbered. I forgot. I used to print the scripts. I used to print them because I don't know. I felt like I had to. So I would print each script and read it out right here from the paper. So that was interesting. This was early. This video took me a while to make. I think I wrote the script. I think it said February 20th. And then it didn't release until April 27th. So took me a while. Very long time. I think right now I've gotten pretty good at trying to get videos out in every week. Though I haven't done that every single time. But it's funny to look back at, like, took me 2 months for this one, and now it takes me maybe a little over a week to do it all. So I don't know. That's kind of funny. What was the other one I scrapped? I know I was going to make another one of these last year, end of year, but it didn't seem right, so I ended up scrapping it again. I've tried to remake this video like twice. Okay, that's not that many times, but it's weird that I've tried to make it twice and it's been scrapped every time. I don't know. Seungmin and Han do have a video. Yeah, hold on. Han wrote it, but does he? I don't think he sings on it as the thing. Scrapping your skid solos. Oh, we should talk about this. This is kind of cool. Let me move this so I don't show anything weird. I can search it. So okay, that's really funny. So, this Stray Kids Changed K-pop Forever video. This one originally started as being a Stray Kids Changed Rap Forever. It was originally Stray Kids Changed Rap Forever, and it felt like they keep popping up over there, too zoned in of a topic, and I ended up switching it to K-pop because I felt like that was a better topic for the video. I can talk about that more, and that took me a while to move to that, which is why I think it took so long to go from what came before. I don't remember what video came before, but that one took me a little bit to make. See if I can pull up the thumbnail that it was originally. Oh, here, I'll show you this too. I had Stray Kids solo album thumbnails mocked up. They weren't good. They weren't good, I'll tell you that. I had this sort of white background style I was going with because this one did well and this one did well, so I was going to try that. I mean, I want another one because their Hold On duet was so beautiful. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Did I delete it? No way I deleted them. Okay, well, if I deleted it, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to show you. No, here it is. It's at the top. I'm apparently blind. Oh, I don't have the rap one saved, though. That's too bad. Here, I'll show you these. I had another style I was trying where I mentioned Changbin in it, and it was also yellow. Changbin was bold because I mentioned him at the beginning of the video, a little darker. This was bold. This was risky. Then this was the one that won, so I ended up using this. This isn't the exact one on it though right now. I think I've updated it a few times. What did I pull this up for? Oh, I was going to show you the rap stuff, but the rap thumbnails are gone. I don't know where they went. So anyways, that didn't go well. I just couldn't figure out the script as Stray Kids changed rap forever. As you can tell by this, when Stray Kids first debuted, rap was entirely different. Other groups didn't understand how vital a strong rap was, so when Stray Kids offered something better, it completely changed the genre. Yeah, it wasn't very good. This was all I got for at least the version 2 of it. So, not much to it. Ended up switching to K-pop that they changed, and I think it was a better video. Okay, what's funny though is I didn't like this video when I was when I was editing at here area. I was putting in the background footage. I was thinking the video sucked. I hated it. I didn't like it at all. So I'm surprised to see that it did so well. That was very surprising, because I thought it was bad. I thought it was really bad. I've thought that about a couple of videos, and then they've done well. So I have no idea what's wrong with my like concept of good type of videos. Ooh, speaking of, I think this video, this ENHYPEN one that's coming out this Saturday, I think it's good, but I also think it sucks, which is really weird. I think there's good parts of it, but I also feel like the whole thing kind of sucks, but it also doesn't. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be a good one, maybe it won't. I'm really bad at judging what a good video is, I've noticed. I heard a new song of theirs called Sarang Ingang Bois. I cannot speak Korean. I do agree it was beautiful. They both sing so amazing. What else? That was kind of most all I had planned. Maybe we could just talk. Let's see. Should I bring this up? Some of you might recognize this. Some of you might recognize it. Some of you might not. I used to do little... Here, I'll pull it up even. I have a channel, like a side second channel type of thing that I never use anymore. So it just kind of sits dormant. Super inactive second channel. I used to put out these like talking videos, and I'd have this like silly little game in the background. I talk so weird. I used to really try and force a voice, and I still kind of do, but it's just kind of funny how that works out still. So, for how long have you been a stay? So I've listened to their music since, I could tell you the exact day. Hold on. My first song I listened to from Stray Kids, I once mentioned that it was God's Menu. It was not. I was wrong. It was actually Thunderous. I got the song wrong. So I can tell you what day I listened to it on. But anyways, it was like a couple months after I got into K-pop. So it's interesting that it took me so long to listen to Stray Kids, since the kind of the main one I listen to now. I actually listened to ENHYPEN much before I did Stray Kids. So it's interesting that I started with Stray Kids on this channel. Oh, maybe I should talk about that. So early on, I mostly did like I could click that. It didn't play, whatever. I mostly did like shorts, but I don't make them anymore. But one did really well, and it was Stray Kids focused, and I just kind of stuck with it. Also, am I crazy, or am I not showing my screen? I'm not showing my screen. Have I been trying to talk by showing... Okay, so you guys have not seen any of that. That's really funny, actually. That's really, really funny. Okay, that was not smart. Anyways, one Stray Kids short did really well, and I just kind of kept doing Stray Kids type videos because it works better to focus on one group instead of doing a bunch of different groups. Here it is. September 26th, 2022 at 12:25 a.m. Or no, I think it would be 12:25 p.m. So, yeah. Then in like October I started getting into them more when Max didn't released. That was kind of the thing. But I don't know, I feel like I didn't like pay attention to them a ton until like maybe mid-June of 2023. I think that sounds right. I would say so. So like, what is that? Little under 3 years, I think. I think so. I'm wondering what will happen when Stray Kids have to go to the military. Yeah, I did make a video kind of focused on that, but not really. Back in July, my general idea behind what would happen was kind of like, I feel like what could possibly happen. Here, I can show y'all. I can show y'all this. I think Run Jin had like this little thing in BTS. He had his own type of skiz code type of thing. I feel like what could maybe happen is Bangshan and Felix do something like that, where either they do that or Suga had like a Suga, I don't know, drinking thing. I don't remember what it was called, but Sushwita, I think. But I think they could do their own sort of spin-off type of thing, whether that's interviews. I think Felix and Bangshan will kind of keep it going, and they'll kind of take lead of it while they're gone, because there's absolutely no way that they're going to go away and take a break. It's just not them. There's no way that they'll completely vanish once military happens. I just went right off the track. But I don't think it'll feel like they're gone is the thing. I think a lot of people are like, Stray Kids should go into the military all at once, and they're going to do that. They're just not. It's not going to happen. They're not going to, all 6 of them are not going to go into the military at the same time. Should we take a survey if they can go 2 at a time or all at once? Well, I don't know if they'll do this buddy system type of thing. I think they'll try and do it individually for some of them. I really think, I think BTS did it really well. I think JYP would be silly to not try and model what BTS did with theirs. So my kind of thought is, in the sense that, like, they're not going to try and get it done as quickly as possible. That's my thought. Because if they go away for 18 months and it's just Bangshan and Felix around, they're going to lose traction. And it's just going to go down, and they come back. They're not going to have anywhere near as much attention as they do now. The best move they could do is go a few at a time. Maybe 1, maybe 2. Kind of stretch it out, like, I don't know, 2.5 years, maybe 3, and then keep going at it afterwards. It certainly helps that they don't have a ton. Lino would have to go first. He does not have to go first, but if they try and push it out the longest, there is a good chance that he will be the first one. There's nothing stopping them from having Ian go out first. It's not once you are 28, then you go. So their order might be different. We don't know what their order is currently. I think they might try and keep 3. I don't know. I put a lot of like thought into how I was processing who would go first. I think most likely Bangshan is already, I would say, the lead songwriter of 3RACHA and lead songwriter of Stray Kids, and that helps for helping the other members write their solo work. Though I also don't know how involved 3RACHA will be in the other members' solo work. Hi, Emberwind, because already a lot of the members that have done their solo stuff don't work with 3RACHA, or the recent ones at least. They haven't been with 3RACHA. They've been with different producers, say like a Korean special hop, say like within JYP Entertainment, usually different producers. We look at Hop. Can't see the track list. Where's the track list? I don't know what the track list is. Track list. Here it is. Hallucination was originally written by Changbin. Youth was written externally. Who's my bias? My bias is Bangshan. So yeah, Lino did not work with any of the 3RACHA members. Worked with Chans, Backbear, and Cellotron. I think that's kind of what they're generally going to do for the solo albums, because then it's what Lino wants to write. It's what it's what Hyunjin wants to write. I think they'll generally have more diverse sounds, and it won't be just with 3RACHA. So, all that to get back to this point, I think that it's totally possible that the 3RACHA members could either go one at a time, kind of spread out over 6 to 9 months apart, or they could go very early on. I think that maybe Changbin will be one of the first people to go, because he's the oldest of the Korean 3RACHA members. I think that would make most sense, at least. I have a bunch of Bangshan edits that I made, and my biases are Bangshan, Lino, and Han. It's a good 3 to pick. I generally lean to the 3RACHA members the most. I mean, all the members of Stray Kids are pretty interesting on their own, but I don't know what it is. Just 3RACHA stands out the most to me. I think they're all very interesting. I like the creative side to them. I think that's what stood out to me the most. What were we talking about? So, obviously, if you saw, I was showing some of the concepts I had for their solo albums, but I think that'll be something they kind of stretch out over some time. I think BTS did really well with their solo albums and their solo careers, because I feel like it's very obvious that they're just on hiatus and they aren't going off on their own type of thing. Where, I don't know, Blackpink felt more like they did their solo stuff on their own very, very intentionally, because, I don't know, Blackpink, they say that they're fine together. It just feels like they're not so interested in staying together as much anymore, and they'd kind of rather be doing their own thing. I heard 3RACHA has a lot of songs that are put aside to use in the future. Oh yeah, they've got tons of songs loaded up. I wouldn't doubt if they have been writing songs already for their solo stuff. Did I see Stray Kids Dominate tour in the theater? I did not. I did not make it around to going to see that. I will probably watch it once it gets to streaming, though even then I don't know for sure. I've always preferred like a live album to a movie. I've never cared for them a ton, so I'd rather get like a Dominate live album. I'd buy that immediately. I have the BTS live album. I don't know, I just prefer them. There's definitely a audience for the movies, but I prefer the albums themselves. Have I been to a Skids concert? I have. I went to the Dominate show in Chicago. It was awesome. My mom did not like Stray Kids, but now her and my sister love it. Worked out well then. Now they like it. We'll ride this one. Go on this one. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, all the military stuff. I'm pretty sure that Lino has to go by his birthday this year. I'm pretty sure. But someone also mentioned that it's not once they hit 28, it's by the end of them being 28, which I haven't looked into for sure. So it's possible that it could be 2027, not 2026. Who could Stray Kids cope with BTS's comeback, in your opinion? Will it hurt their momentum? Oh, you mean like, is it going to hurt their momentum by having BTS come back? I don't know for sure. I do know that there are some examples of BTS fans going to Stray Kids, but not when they went away. Like, I think of that one clip from Pixid where Jimin's on the show promoting his, what's it called, Set Me Free album? No, it wasn't. Something like that. But one of the contestants mentioned that she's a stay now instead of just being like a army, and she fell for Felix. So it's totally possible that a lot of armies went to Stray Kids. Will they leave Stray Kids once BTS is back? I don't know for sure. Maybe not as hardcore stays, but I think they will still listen to them. I feel so bad for Han because he said for Stay to eat well, but I only eat a meal a day, and I have not eaten anything in 2 days. Han's going to get you. He's going to tickle you and make you eat. That is something that he does. I can confirm it. I can't confirm it. I'm sorry. I don't know that for sure. Whoa, I went way too far. There we go. Okay. So that'll be interesting to see. The big thing I'm interested in seeing is BTS went on military. Will they have anywhere comparable to the same momentum they did before then? Because usually once an artist goes to the military, their momentum is pretty much gone entirely. They're not going to have quite the same momentum when they come back. So if they have similar momentum, I think that will definitely be something to try and model their like hiatus type of thing. I think they said end of 2026 is when Lino would have to go into the military. It could be the beginning of 2027. I already heartbroken. Yeah. We could look it up quick. In South Korea, do men have to enlist by the end of their 28th birthday or the beginning of it? This is a long thing I just pumped in. Rather not here, because I don't trust it entirely. I'm going to do this. With the current law, all able-bodied Korean men have to enlist by December 31st of the year they turn 28. Oh, interesting. So yes, 2026, he has to enlist, but not by his birthday in October. It would be by the end of this year. Okay. Well, that's all assuming a thread is correct. Don't know for sure. There's not an official thing here. The Harvard Crimson. Oh, let's talk about the BTS law, because I think that gets a little confusing for some people. In 2020, hold on, I should look at this. Do we know when Stray Kids will be back? I would assume they try and keep it no longer than 3 years. I mentioned this a little bit ago. I don't think they'll be gone very long necessarily. It won't feel like they're gone because Bangshan and Felix will still be around. I can't imagine they're going to take on a huge break. There's no way they're taking a break until they physically cannot walk anymore. And even then, once they can't walk, then they'll just write songs. I think very soon, I think what would be smartest for them to do next is, especially Sriracha, they should probably start selling off their songs more, especially songs they don't like. I think that would be the smartest move to do next, so that they can keep making those royalty checks, or just keep making income, and they don't have to perform the songs. Throw out the songs you don't like. I know that's a big thing Ed Sheeran does. He sells off the songs that he doesn't like so much and keeps money going from there. BTS ended up with one of his songs, Permission to Dance, is written by him. So that's definitely something I think they should do. I think they've been starting to do that a little bit more with I never got confirmation of this, but one song was used on a TV show, but I don't remember if Sriracha wrote it for the show or if the show just ended up with it. G-Dragon did pretty good after the military. I think BTS will do okay. It'll depend on what their music coming up will be like. Yeah, it's very interesting that they haven't shown, I could be wrong, I don't believe they've shown much of the music. I'm pretty sure just little clips of that one song, right? I think. So, I don't know, their promotion is very interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it does. Oh, that was not good. Ooh, you want to see something cool? I'm gonna totally follow. But what were we talking about? I pulled something up. Oh, the military stuff. Yeah, I think the big thing is just they're gonna try and make it so that it doesn't feel like Stray Kids are gone, because if it feels like they're gone, that's when they lose that momentum. And I think the big thing for them to try and focus on is pushing Felix and pushing Bangshan as much as they possibly can during that time, and keeping them going and keeping them at the forefront of the group. That will be kind of where they're trying to keep their momentum at. I mean, already Felix is expanding very heavily into ambassadorships, and I think that will also help with keeping them going. Like I think of Jungkook, he did very well with keeping at Calvin Klein or whatever other ambassadorships he had, because then not only are they continuing to keep at the armies or the actual fans themselves, but they're also continuing to grow. And I think that's the big thing to also do. You got to retain the audience, and you got to continue to grow the audience. I have thought about this before. I've thought about putting a poll out on my channel, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense because it kind of contradicts itself. But I feel like there's got to be people that watch the Stray Kids channel, the Stray Kids YouTube channel, and they don't listen to the music. They literally just watch the channel for the content. I feel like that's got to be a thing. How do you think Stray Kids are going to handle this military? Handle it? Like, oh, I think I know what you mean. So, I don't think they're going to go all together. There's very low chance. Here, I can turn this on. I think there's a very low chance that they go at the same time. That's just not a good plan for them, because if they all go at the same time, you kill a momentum. It's just gone. They need to go slow and trickle it, because then they have them coming back over time. One person goes, and then later another person come back, and all that. There's a lot that goes into it. But to send all 6 of them out at the same time, they would kill a lot of the fan base off. If they scatter how they go into the military, I think it will keep Stray Kids present. Absolutely, absolutely. While at the same time, if they all 6 of them went at the same time, they'd get back sooner. That is true. But you also run the risk of a lot of fans leaving or forgetting about them, which, I mean, that sounds like an awful thing to do, but it's very easy to kind of lose interest in different artists, even especially if you're like a casual fan. There's a bunch of artists that I listened to in 2024 that I don't listen to as much right now. Should we look at that? That gives us something to do. Should we look at my most played artists? Yeah, let me switch. I read somewhere Felix was trying to help them get Australian citizenship. I don't think that was true. I'm pretty sure that was just a TikTok, like a exaggeration. There's a lot of rumors around that. I don't believe that's a thing. I think since they're still in South Korea and they live in South Korea, they still have to have their citizenship from South Korea. I hope for Seungmin's solo album. Yeah, that'd be fun. Ooh, I mentioned in a video that here, I'll pull up the video. We'll pull up the video of it where basically it absolutely seemed, what in the world? Hold on, okay. What is this? ENHYPEN apparently did a Listerine ad. What? Okay, I mean, sure, that works. What was I doing? Oh yeah, hi Skids fan. Okay, sorry, that was so surprising to see. It reminds me of the Stray Kids Shopee, that thing. What was I talking about? Oh, so I've seen a lot of. I saw at one point, like early last year, someone made this rumor that 3RACHA had an album coming out, but it wasn't true. And the big thing, it absolutely seems like they'll go the route of solo albums rather than Rachas. And it also kind of feels like they've been dissolving the Rachas recently. What video am I looking for? This one. Oh. Let's see. Here it is. So here, Felix of Stray Kids was their original profiles. This is because at the time, their contracts were exclusively Stray Kids members with JYP Entertainment. Once they signed to be with JYP Entertainment as soloists, they were just their names. And that's what they all are currently. Each member has a profile that just reads their name. Does not read Changbin of Stray Kids or Felix of Stray Kids anymore. It's just their names. However, However, where is this going to pop up over here? Where that gets interesting is Sriracha is strictly Sriracha of Stray Kids still. So, Sriracha of Stray Kids. So they haven't, Sriracha has not signed with JYP Entertainment. They are exclusively Sriracha within Stray Kids currently. They are not their own thing. Sriracha have not technically debuted. So they most likely will not release an album as Sriracha. It'll be just their members during during just the military enlistment. Who's my bias? Yeah, Bangshan is my bias. I don't have one. I am OT8. They're all pretty cool. It's hard to pick just one. Your bias is Han? Han's up there for me as well. I'd say in order for top three, I'd say probably Bangshan, Changbin, and Han. I feel like Changbin doesn't get enough attention. I feel like he was pretty cool. I don't know. Again, I really like the creative type of artists, or like, I guess in K-pop, the creative idols, where they're the ones writing the songs. They tend to be the ones I gravitate towards. Where am I going? I have no idea. I gotta drink water. I always forget to drink water, and then I'm like, oh, I can't breathe. I just talk and I talk and I talk and I never drink anything. An error occurred. Uh-oh. That's not good. Lino and Han hits different. It's mine is kind of all, but my top is Bangshan, Lino, and Han. Sorry, but my least favorite is Sungmin. I still like him. That's fair. You're not gonna love each one of them equally. I think that's just how it is. You're gonna have least favorites. Not because they're bad, just because they don't stand out quite as much as the others do. I feel like some people will come at you for just like not treating them equally if you don't like all of them in the same way. But you still like them. You still like Sungmin or Ian, but they're not like a huge part. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but like, I think they're all very interesting. But to say that they all are at the same level interesting would not be true. Hello, Oofla Oof. The Oofla Oofer. Oofington. Oofla Oof, who is your bias? I'm not going to say that right. Yoo Sung-jun in 2002, he renounced his South Korean citizenship and acquired U.S. citizenship while in the United States just months before he was due to begin mandatory military service. Yeah, there's certainly ways to work around it. I think I feel like they get in a lot of trouble with just people in general if Stray Kids try to work around military. I joined Ian's birthday in the hospital. I did not say anything because I did not want to say anything. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think. Oh, I was going to talk about the BTS law. So, in 2020, BTS were planning to go to military, like shortly after Map of the Soul 7, but then COVID hit. Can I say that? I think it's fine because it's a live stream. YouTube doesn't like it when you say COVID, especially at the beginning of videos. So I usually say pandemic. COVID. Hi, YouTube. What are you going to do about it? Anyways, I don't know. YouTube's rules are a little weird sometimes. But COVID hit, and then BTS were planning to go to the military, but South Korea's economy took a huge hit with tourism slowing down, and they didn't want BTS to go away. They wanted BTS to still be drawing people in. So what they tried to do, they originally tried to get BTS to not go away at all, the Korean government. But BTS was very insistent that they still go. I think it was the right call because they would have gotten a lot of backlash if they didn't go, even though there are some exceptions with like high-class athletes or classical musicians that have done exceptionally well. So basically there are exceptions. What they ended up doing is they introduced this thing called the BTS law. It's an unofficial name. I forget the actual name of it, but essentially you need not an acceptance, but like you need to be approved by 3 branches, and I forget each branch, but I mentioned it in this video. Maybe we could find it. Activities, enlistment pattern, tour. Here. Under the revised Military Service Act, a pop culture artist who was recommended by the Minister of Culture, Sports, and Tourism have greatly enhanced the image of Korea both within the nation and throughout the world is allowed to postpone service until the age of 30. So basically, because of that, BTS were given a delay. They delayed them until they assumed COVID would be died down a whole lot more, and their economy would be better suited to, I don't know, be okay with BTS going away. Because there was one number thrown around. I'm forgetting it. I want to say it was estimated that by BTS going on military hiatus, South Korea would miss out on $2 billion coming into the country. And that's a lot of money for them to miss out on, especially when COVID had already knocked it down. So the general idea is they set up this law, so if something ever like COVID were to happen, where COVID came up, some crazy pandemic came up, and a big group that was bringing in a lot of attention to South Korea were to go away, then they can make that exception and push them out further and keep them around. However, this does not apply to absolutely every group, especially because when Stray Kids will be going to military, BTS are back. So their powerhouse, South Korea's powerhouse, is totally fine. They don't have any reason to necessarily try and keep Stray Kids around. Yes, Stray Kids bring in a lot of attention to South Korea, but BTS is back, so it's totally fine. If BTS weren't back and they wouldn't be coming back at all, maybe they'd consider it, but probably not since COVID isn't around anymore. So pretty much every group will have to abide by that 28 law. I'm gonna call my mom. I think she forgot me. I am oldest of 7, so there are 8 of us. She probably forgot me at the library. That's not good. That's not helpful. I once got forgotten at school. I went to a private school for a couple of years in elementary, and both of my parents thought the other person was going to pick me up, but nope. So I just sat there. It wasn't long. It was like 20 minutes extra. It wasn't anything crazy. Just a little bit. I was all right. So yeah, basically, unlikely that many K-pop groups will ever be pushed out to 30 again. They just wanted to set it up so that if something ever were to happen, then they could use it again. But I can't imagine it ever happens. There could be a case to be made, though. Was it shown in here? No, it's not. But like, there are some like what am I trying to say? Exceptions. No. Oh yeah, exceptions. Since there's, like I mentioned, the classic musicians and high class athletes, there are some exceptions to the military thing. There isn't an argument to be made that high top tier K-pop idols should be added to that list. Where, like, I don't know, Stray Kids or ENHYPEN, once they reach, I don't know, like 10 million album sales coming in, maybe it'd be like a monthly or a yearly type thing. Stray Kids are not a Korean symbol in my opinion because Bang Chan is a foreigner. I have no idea if they are or not. I would think they'd be fine. In general, they're bringing in money to the country. I don't think it matters where they come from. But I don't know. I'm not the Korean military or the Korean government. I could not tell you what they think. I don't know much about Korean politics. You know, it's interesting. I do so much related to South Korean groups, but I know nothing about their politics. Which, I mean, I don't think that's that crazy to not know anything about their politics. But just a weird thought I have never considered. I kind of gave up on that trail. I wasn't doing so good, so I gave up on it. We'll go this way. We'll go back to this area. I honestly have not been thinking about what I'm doing. I don't usually think of what I'm doing. I have this habit where I'll like throw this game on when I'm listening to a new album, because I get very fidgety and I can't sit still in one spot very long. So it gives me something to do with my hands while I focus on the album with my mind. Because then it's not like I'm just trying to do something. I can focus on the album, but I also am focusing on something else. I don't know, because I don't put much thought into what I'm doing here. So now I'm just talking with this. What else is there? Which member do you think you guys are most excited for solo projects? I think I'm very curious about. This might sound weird to say, since I don't care a ton for a lot of his like group work, but I'd be interested to see what Han's solo music is like a solo album, because I really like Hold My Hand. I think that one's really good. I like Just a Little a lot, but there are a couple I don't care so much for. I mean, I like them, but it's not like huge fan of it or whatever. Also, it's getting really dark in here. I forgot how dark it gets back here. I think another good one would probably be Changbin. I still think he'd do a really good solo album. I think he'd have a lot of like diverse stuff to it. Or even like Felix, like the type of people that can do both like a dark and also like a brighter type of song. I feel like those are gonna do very well with their solo music. Like I think of Unfair. Unfair is a really good contrasty song where it's got the rap to it. It's also got vocal to it, and it all kind of combines and comes together as its own thing. I'm also fidgety, so I have a little pom-pom that is a little longer than an original pom-pom, and people call me a furry for it, but it helps. Hey, whatever helps. Whatever helps you out. It doesn't matter. Geez, where is it? I don't know where it is, but I had like a little napkin thing that I would play with sometimes. I don't know where it is. I haven't used it in a while. I think it's around here. It's got to be up here. I don't know where it is. Changbin has a very good voice. He does. He's been doing a lot of vocal stuff lately. Kind of. Especially with, I think back to Lose My Breath. I think Lose My Breath was one of the first examples of it. Maybe. I really loved Love Poem by Seungmin. Oh yeah, that's a good cover. It's too bad he's not doing the song by stuff anymore. I miss when he would talk about the song too, and it wasn't just the cover itself. I think talking about how it was personal to him kind of set it apart. So it was too bad to see that go away. Maybe it just took longer to produce. Had to come up with what he wanted to say, and had to pick songs that were super meaningful to him, and he just wanted to perform songs without having a huge meaning to it. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I was thinking of something that JYP Entertainment should do. They got like, how many Skiz Code videos? Like 86 episodes now? I don't even know. Where is it? Stray Kids. Point is, they got a lot of Skiz Codes, and I think what they could do if they're smart is they could take, where are they at? 91. Okay, I'm way off. 92. They could take, maybe when they're at 100, take all 100 of them, squish them into one video and upload that, and they could have it all compiled in one spot, and they could make a little bit extra revenue if they want. I feel like a lot of these companies are missing out on maximizing their YouTube channels. At least that's my thought. I want a Seungmin and Day 6 collab. That would be interesting. I think in the Skiz solo script, I had mentioned him collaborating with Day 6. I think that would work out really well. It would line up for them quite a lot. Bang Chan wrote a song called Goodbye, and he had Seungmin sing it because it was too emotional for him. Did he say that? I've never heard that before. I know it was gifted to him. I know 3 Racha each gifted a song for him, and that was the one he gave to Seungmin. I never heard that it was too emotional for him to sing, though. Could be true. I wouldn't doubt it. Whoa. Too far. Love your content. Thank you. I sometimes love my content. Sometimes I hate it, but sometimes I like it. Which is a weird thing to say, but I tend to not like my videos after like a week. I don't know. I have a high standard for the quality of them, and as soon as it drops below that, I don't like it. So it's good that once a video is out, I can't change it, because otherwise I probably would, and I would be changing videos every day, and I would never make new videos. Yeah, it was too personal for Chan to sing himself. That makes sense, since it is very heavily about his story. I don't know, maybe it's because it's all I understand or recognize, but I feel like Seungmin's voice fits that type of song better than Bang Chan's. But it also just could be because that's what I'm familiar with. He mentioned it was about his parents. Yeah. About his parents and about him leaving Australia. Oh, I'm not making that. Oh, I made it. Just kidding. I'm actually the best. You guys might not know that, but I'm actually the very best Roblox player around. I don't know how long we'll do this. I try to go for 60, 90 minutes. Try and go in that range. So we'll probably only go a couple more minutes, not super long. This is a different place. What should we do? Let's go this one. Let's do this one. This one's interesting. It's a goofy little game. What can I say? Ooh, let's take a look. I'll tell you my most played Stray Kids song this year, because I don't know what it is, and I'm curious now. Oh, it's Do It. That makes sense. Do It's my most played for this year. I honestly like their I like the Do It and the Chick Chick Boom style. I think that's very, very fun style. I'd be interested to see more like it. It obviously works well for them. I think it's a easier song for people to listen to, so it's a wider audience they can appeal to. What's interesting is you look at the most popular songs right now, they're not really that complicated. The most popular songs are fairly simple. A Felix metal song, yeah. I was thinking, I'm surprised there isn't a Stray Kids metal song yet. I feel like that's something that you would expect to have, but it just doesn't exist yet. First time I got to one of your lives and had fun. Thanks for going along with whatever we wanted to talk about. Yeah, of course. Are you heading out? Have a good night or day, depending on where you are. Well, it was really nice chatting with you. Have a good night. Have a good night, Manuel. Or Manuela. I think it's Manuela. Have a good night, Manuela. I probably won't stay for much longer. Probably 5 minutes. I won't be here all night. Sorry. Or not. Maybe I'm not. I have no idea. Maybe, what if I do stream all night? Maybe I should. I don't know. Could do that. Probably shouldn't. But I could. It'd be a pretty boring stream. I already struggle to figure out what to do for 60 to 90 minutes. I think it would be quite boring listening to a 9-hour stream. That would be quite a lot. But if you make it through that, props to you. I don't think you could. Virginia, and yeah, it's time for Gango. All right. Have fun, Cecilia. Any new groups you are into? Ooh, I was kind of thinking this a couple days ago that I haven't found any new artists that I've really gotten into lately. Usually it's every few months. We'll be here for that. Yeah. Let me look. I can pull up top artists. Here I'll tell you this. Top artists for 2026 so far. ENHYPEN, number 1 with 892 streams. Stray Kids, number 2 with 851. Conan Gray with 806. Troye Sivan with 444. Big Dip. Del Water Gap with 233. 21 Pilots just 230. BTS with 191. Number 8, Maggie Rogers with 182. Sleep Token with 172. And Lorde with 130. all of those are artists I knew before this year. Sort of. I've kind of listened to Sleep Token a little bit lately. That's kind of one I'd say is fairly new. I knew Caramel like months back. I think like September I first started getting into it, but I never really listened to their music very much. And then I kind of listened to some more. Do you like G-Dragon or Icon? Yeah, I don't know a ton of like G-Dragon or Icon. My friend is a big fan of Icon, but I don't know a ton of G-Dragon. I don't know so much of second generation groups. I know third gen better, like Red Velvet or Blackpink or BTS, or now we can't remember all of them, but you know, I feel like I know third gen a little bit more than second generation. Maybe like favorite second gen group, I don't know. Let me pull up the artist list. Oh boy, we're gonna be here a while. I gotta look through all these. What even is a second gen group that would be here? I can't imagine it's very high. Oh, Twice. I always forget Twice is third gen. I don't know how that happens. I feel like they feel like a fourth gen group to me, and I don't know why. Ooh, 17 too. I know a lot of third gen groups. I just don't know so many second gen. Which, I mean, makes sense when I got into it, I guess. Because I kind of got into K-pop like early 2022. So third generation groups are still pretty active. Some have died down a little bit more. Whatever happened to Red Velvet? I don't think they ever went on hiatus or not debuted. What's the opposite of debuted? Disbanded. Big Bang is awesome and never go out of style, for sure. I don't know many Big Bang groups or songs. Big Bang songs. Woo! Which one? Someone give me color black. Good pick. We'll do black. I think this will be the last one. And then I think we'll call it good because I'm kind of just rambling now. I don't know what to say. Though, one big song that I think has always stood out to me for second generation groups is Mirotic. I'm going to say it wrong. I think I'm saying it wrong. Mirotic. That song. If you know what I'm talking about. By TVXQ. Also, we're going somewhere else because I didn't like it. That's where G-Dragon's from. Yeah, G-Dragon's from Big Bang. I feel like I know... Oh, EXO. EXO is also a third gen group. I don't know what's going on. I'm just forgetting. Why do I keep going this way? I'm trying to go elsewhere. I want to go a different direction. No, stop. Go back here. Up and over. There we go. Okay. Okay. This way, this direction. I want to go this direction. This way. There we go. Okay. I feel like I know a lot of like soloists of third generations. I know their music a lot better than the groups themselves, which is interesting. But that's probably because of when I got into K-pop, because that's when they were shifting to those soloist stuff. Like, I got to know Kai a lot earlier than I got to know EXO, I'd say, which is interesting. Oh, Taemin too. Taemin's got good stuff. He's in SHINee. That's the second gen group. Yeah, I don't know much of SHINee, but I know a lot of Taemin. So that's interesting how that worked out. I think the generations have such different styles of music. I've never really like gotten into fifth generation a ton. I know some good ones. Like, I like Zykers a lot. Zykers has good stuff. I don't know a ton of their songs, but like Tricky House or Supercalifragilistic, that's a good one. That's a fun song. I just don't know many fifth gen groups. Zero Base One is a fifth gen, I'm pretty sure. Baby Monster is a fifth gen, but I don't know much about them. They haven't a ton stood out for me. I don't know. Which is weird because I like Blackpink a lot, so it's interesting that Baby Monster didn't stand out a ton. But not every group's going to stand out. Or jump out. What is interesting also is when I was first getting into K-pop, I listened to like almost exclusively, I wouldn't say exclusively, but a lot of girl group music. But now it's kind of shifted to be the other way around, where I listen to mostly boy group music with some girl groups, but it's mostly boy groups. So it's interesting how that worked out. It's a very different style across each one. Oh, I missed that. girl groups have very different music styles than boy groups do. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh my gosh, I fell back down. I gotta lock in, guys. What am I doing? Here we go. Here we go. I figured it out. I have figured it out. We're gonna go down this one. This will be the last one. This will be the last one. It's a big map. It's a big map. I'm gonna go. Have a good night. See you later, Skiz fan. I'm gonna be going pretty soon. Oh my gosh. It might be very soon because I cannot for the life of me hit any of this. It's not going well, gang. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Okay, okay. Oh. Another thing that might be interesting to try with my videos is like I don't know, like stronger story stuff. I really want to lean into more of that. Went right off the trail, whatever. I really want to do more story-oriented stuff instead of it being informational and analytical stuff. Bye. Thank you for all your vids. Thank you. Have a good night. I think stories would be interesting to go into more. Ooh, so that upcoming this Saturday ENHYPEN video, I tried like setting up the setting of different scenes a little bit more, and instead of it just being like talking about certain moments, I want to try and put you in the moment itself, like try and put the viewer inside of what they're feeling. I think that'd be interesting to do a little bit more of, where you actually feel the area they're in or the time they're in or whatever they're experiencing. I think that's something I'd want to lean into a little bit more and keep at it. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but maybe one of you will understand what I'm saying. And maybe that works or not. There we go. Okay. I made it to the end. I think that's going to be it. You guys have a good night. I'm going to go now. Thank you for stopping to the live stream. I want to be doing these more consistently. I'd like to be doing a live stream every Wednesday at the same time, starting at 8 p.m. EST, though I might move it up a little bit earlier next time, so we'll see. Anyways, have a good night or a morning wherever you're at. I have no idea. I don't usually know where people are living.